Hello everybody, greetings for the day. This is Balagadesh, training in charge, aptitude trainer, working in Madanpalli Institute of Technology and Science, Madanpalli. Under AICTE-PRERNA project, we introduced video lectures for the benefit of the students who are preparing and aspiring to clear the GATE examination. Okay, so under this scheme, we in different subjects, many video lectures were released. So if you haven't watched, please go through that. Thank you. And in my last video, we covered factors and factorials, which comes under numbers concept. That is very important concept. If you haven't gone through that, please go through that today itself. Thank you. Now, coming to the today's topic. Today's topic is a very important concept in aptitude, that is percentage. Everybody in the world definitely might have used the word called percentage. Percentage. Okay. So what is meant by percentage? Percentage means percent. That means per 100. So if I take an example, that would be easy for you, I think so. So there is a father who is having two kids, and every time he used to bring some 5 chocolates, where he will give 3 chocolates to A, and for B he will give 2 chocolates. So this is fine. Everybody knows that these are the numerical values of A and B when father is getting 5. Now, how to convert this A in terms of percentage of the number of chocolates bought by the father? That is a question. So A gets how much percentage of father's number of chocolates he's bringing. Am I clear? So this percentage you are supposed to find. Okay. Now how to find it? So as I told you, everything when you compare with 100, that gives you the percentage. When the father is not getting 5, if the father is getting 100, the number of chocolates A is getting is called percentage. The number of chocolates B is getting is called the percentage. So when there is 5, A is getting 3. When there is 5, B is getting 2. Now similarly, the 5 has become 100, that is into 20. So you need to multiply this one into 20, that is 60. And this is 40. Understand the point here? So whenever the father gets 5 chocolates, A gets 60 percentage of it and B gets 40 percentage of it. So many might be in a dilemma how to convert this directly without comparing this into 100 or something, because it's a time constraint. In any aptitude exam or in any competitive exam like GATE or banking exams or any other, you need to save time in solving a question, correct? Now, my question is, A gets how many chocolates? 3 chocolates. Out of how many chocolates bought by the father? Out of 5. So, 3 out of 5. And anything you want to convert into percentage, you need to multiply with 100. That is a simple concept here. Now, how to remember this one? So, how to remember this one? So, whenever you are supposed to find the percentage, you need to do a simple thing here. That is, value you are comparing divided by value you are comparing with. With what value you are comparing? Into anything into 100, that is converted as percentage. Now simple thing, in the previous question, father used to get 5 chocolates and A used to get 3 chocolates and B used to get 2 chocolates. This is a question we see. Now percentage. So A's percentage I need to find. Now tell me, what value you are comparing here? What value you are comparing? A's value is comparing. So 3 divided by what value you are comparing with? With father's number of chocolates is getting 5, and anything into 100 into 100. That is a important point. Now simplify this. 5 how many times? 20 times. So A's percentage is equal to 60. Now how to find for B? Is it necessary that you need to do like 2 by 5 into 100? I don't think it is necessary to do the same way. So you can solve it very simple, in a simple way. So the father gets 100% of the chocolates minus 60%, that is A. Then you will get definitely the B's percentage. Understand the point here? So this is the way we solve the problems. Clear? So, and this is very important. Please do remember this one. Please do remember this one. Am I clear? Now, the main important point here you are supposed to find and you're supposed to remember is any value should be considered as 100% only. Okay? Any value separately, you need to consider that number as 100% only. So, how and why is a next concept. I'll explain you that with a simple examples. Am I clear? Now, uh, A is 30% taller than B. So whenever we say this kind of statements, how to convert this one? How to convert this one into mathematical expression? So A is equal to is equal to 30%, 30% taller. What is the meaning of taller? More than B. Now this 30% is looking emptier here. 30% should be calculated on what? Compared with B. So we need to take 30% of B. So finally it becomes 130% of B. Understand the point here? Why? Because any value should be considered as 100%. Correct? This is 100% and this is 30%. Am I clear? So this is a basic thing. I'll give you many more examples. Before going to that, I just want to give some shortcuts for the percentages. What is meant by that, sir? Now there is a number called 240 and I'm asking 50% of 240 is equal to how much? 50% of 240 is equal to how much? So in exam you will not sit and do like this 50 by 100 into 240. You will not do this way. Yes or no? How to do it? So in 240 you will simply find half of it, that is equal to 120. So why half? Why half? Why? Because 50% generally everybody knows it is half of the things. So 50% means 1 by 2. Now similarly, when I say like 25%, what is it? 1 by 4th of it. 1 by 4th of value. Do you understand the point here? So similarly, for every percentage, even a single number also have a fraction equivalent which to be multiplied with the given number, which has to be multiplied with the given number. A simple example, I'll go for the next slide. Okay. 16.66% of 360 is equal to how much? Now somebody will ask a question like this. No, you need to understand the basic traditional method. Basic traditional method is 16.66 by 100 into, in what number? In 360. When you solve this, definitely you will get some decimal value. Okay, but the actual answer for this question is not a decimal value. Why? Because 16.66 by 100 can be written as 1 by 6. So the answer is equal to 1 by 6 into 360. That is equal to 60 should be the answer. But when you look at this, you will get 59 point something, okay, which is not the actual answer, 60. So 16.66 is equivalent to 1 by 6. Similarly, for every number, every percentage, you have a fraction equivalence. So that you need to understand what is that fraction equivalence. First, I'll just give a simple thing here. Okay. So first, the percentage here, and I'll give you the fraction equivalent here. With what number you are supposed to multiply. So first, the basic number we take 100% of any number. How to do it? The same number, so into 1. Now 50% is equal to any number into 1 by 2. Next, 150%. How to do it? Into the summation of these two, right? So 1 plus 1 by 2 is how much? 3 by 2. Clear? Now 200% means how to find it? Into 2, that's all. Clear? Now come back to the actual numbers. 33.33. Everybody is familiar with this percentage, that is 1 by 3. And 25% is how much? That is 1 by 4. Now 20% is how much? The fraction equivalent is 1 by 5. Next comes to 16.66% is equal to 1 by 6. Next, 14.28% is equal to how much? 1 by 7. 12.5% is equal to how much? 1 by 8. 11.11%, that is the fraction equivalent of 1 by 9. 10%, that is equal to 1 by 10. Next, 9.09%, 1 by 11. Next, 8.33%, that is equal to 1 by 12. So how you are getting all these values? Somebody might be having a doubt. That's a simple. So when I want to find this 1 by 8 here, okay, 1 by 8, how to convert that into percentage? I told you, right, into 100. So 8 how many times? 1 time. 2 is a reminder, 20 means 2 times. 4 is a reminder, 5 times. So this is converted into percentage. Are you able to understand here? So this is the thing, basic numbers. And next here, the other important values are 5%, that is equal to 1 by 20, and 4%, 1 by 25. Clear? And next, last but not least, 1%, 1 by 100. Now when you observe what values is easy to find in any number, any given number, without using pen and paper, the first one is 10% and 100%. These are the two values where you can easily find it compared to any other values. Why? Because dividing any number with 10 is easier than any other number. Okay, so how this is to be explained is, I'll just give you one or two examples so that you will understand it very clearly. Now 22% of 360 is equal to how much? Or else make it as 300 only. Okay, so 22% of 300. So how to find this one? You in a traditional method, 22 by 100 into 300. This is a general method you're supposed to do. So 22 into 3 is 66. Clear? But what I will do is, I'll do like 20% plus 2%. So 20% is simple. How much is the 20% of any number? How to find it out is 1 by 5 into 300 plus 2% of 300. So why you haven't calculated this into fraction terms? Wait, let me explain you that one also very clearly. Okay, this is 20 percentage and this is 2 percentage. How will you get 2 percentage from 20 percentage divided by 10? So I'm waiting for the value which I'm supposed to get from here. So by how many times? 60 times. So 60, and what is divided by 10 for 60? 6. That gives you the value of this one. So totally 66. Sir, this is one step process. This is 3 steps process. Why this has to be considered? Why this has to be considered is, this is all mind calculation. You will not use a pen and paper for this. This everything you will calculate in mind. But this is, you need to put it on a paper and pen. Put it on a paper. Okay, that is an important difference between the both methods. It is old traditional method and this is logical method. Clear? Now a simple thing, 15 percentage of 240. So how to do this very easily? A simple first step, 10 percentage plus 5 percentage. What is 10 percentage? Dividing the same number with 10. So that is 24 plus. How to find 5 percentage? You know, when you know 10 percentage, how to find 5 percentage? Half of it. What is half of 24? 12. So that is equal to 36. Are you able to understand here? So this is the way you solve many problems without using pen and paper on the screen very easily. Okay. Most of the exams now you're writing is on, you know, right? On internet, that is on computer screen. So these kind of questions you need not to take much time working out on a paper. That is the important point I'm trying to explain here, right? Okay. So this is a thing. Now come back to the actual usage of these percentages. They'll give you like 16.66 percentage of 360 plus 25 percentage of 240 is equal to how much? Now simple as such as it is. So 16.66 means 25%, 1 by 6th part of 360, and 25 percentage means 1 by 4th of 240. So all these values, generally in the exam they will give you a question where it will take very less time to solve it. Why? Because every question has to be completed in 1 minute of time. In general I'm talking about, correct? So they will not give a much decimal value, right? So 1 by 6 into 360 is how much? 60 plus this is also 60. So total is 120. Now there are some percentages where you are supposed to remember these numbers. That is 66.66 percentage of 360. So how to solve this one? Sir, you did not say shortcut for this. These are all not direct shortcuts. These are the multiples of already we discussed. That is 2 into 33.33 percentage of 360. So 2 into, what is this? 1 by 3 of 360. That is equal to 2 by 3 of 360. So these are all basic things you are supposed to understand by the percentages given in the question. So 66.66 is, that is 2 by 3, that is 2/3 of 2 by 3, correct? So similarly there are some more things. 22.22 percentage, that is a 2 by 9. 18.18 percentage, that is again 2 by 11. So there are multiples of this kind of numbers, correct? And there are another 3 values where you are supposed to remember for banking exams, especially I'm talking about. Okay, The first point is 37.5 percentage. That is equal to, what is the fraction equivalent? That is 3 by 8. So how you got this? This 37.5 should be converted into known values. That is 25 percentage plus 12.5 percentage. 25 percentage is how much? 1 by 4. This is 1 by 8. So when you add up all these three, you will get 3 by 8. This is one number. Next step, 62.5 percentage. What is the fraction equivalent of it? 5 by 8. Similarly, 62.5 can be converted as 50 percentage plus 12.5 percentage. So that is the way you solve the problems. And the last one, but not least, 87.5 percentage is equal to 7 by 8. The same thing. This is 75 percentage and this is 12.5 percentage. So what is 75 percentage? 3 by 4 and this is 1 by 8. So this 3 by 4 you haven't set. Again, 75 percentage is not direct number. It's a multiple of 25 percentage. Understand the point here? So 25 percentage is 1 by 4. 1 by 4 into 3 is equal to 3 by 4. So this is a clear thing you need to understand. Now there are certain numbers which you are supposed to remember. 120 percentage is equal to, how to remember this? 6 by 5. And 125 percentage, how to remember this? 5 by 4. 175 percentage. Again, you might be getting an doubt. So 7 by 8. So these are the things you need to always remember. It's not 7 by 8. You just check how much you're getting. 100 plus 75 percentage. 100 is 1 plus this is 3 by 4. So how much you're getting? 7 by 4. And half of 175 is this one. That's why it is 7 by 8. This is 7 by 4. Clear? Okay, that's good. Now, coming to kind of questions, kind of concepts here is successive increments or successive decrements. What is meant by successive increments? Okay, an example I would like to say. Shirt price is initially increased by a percentage, comma, successively again increased by b percentage. Find overall percentage increased. This is a question. So what is the answer for this question is a plus b percentage. This is what many think, but this is wrong. How it is wrong, sir? A percentage increase here and next immediately b percentage increased. No, that is what you need to understand. So whenever you have these kind of questions, you assume the shirt price as 100 percentage. Understand the point here? Or else 100 rupees. And assume a percentage is equal to some 20 percentage. Okay, and b percentage is equal to some 25 percentage. Okay, example, just assumption only. Just for assumption's sake. Okay, now first 100 rupees is increased by a, so it becomes how much? 120 rupees. How it is 120 rupees, sir? 20 percentage of 100 is 20 rupees only. 20% of 100 is 20 rupees only. So it is 120 rupees. Now on this again you are increased 25%. What is 25%? That is 1 by 4th of 120 is 30 rupees. So 30 rupees is again increased. 30 rupees is again increased means it becomes how much? 150 rupees. Are you able to understand? So what is the overall increase? It's not 20 plus 25, that is 45. It's not right. It is from 100 to 150, how much rupees is increased? 50. And when you are comparing any value with 100 rupees already, it becomes a percentage. So 50% is the overall increase. But in our mind, what was running? 20 plus 25 is the overall percentage increased. But that's not the answer. It is 50%. How? And how and why? That is the two important questions you have. So whenever there is a percentage increase and immediately b percentage increase, then overall percentage increased is equal to a plus b plus ab by 100. This is what you need to remember. Now in the previous question we have taken a as 20, b as 25 plus 20 into 25 by 100. So 25 how many times? 4 times. 4 how many times? 5 times. Now make it simple, 50% you will get. So if the price of the shirt is initially 100, the final value after the two increments will become 150. It's not 145 rupees. Am I clear? Now this is to the increments. Now the same thing, percentage decreased, a percentage decreased and b percentage decreased. Then overall percentage decreased is equal to a plus b minus ab by 100. Am I clear? So again the same thing. So how this is correct? Okay, fine, we'll take an example also, no issues. Now 20% increased and 25% decreased. So what happens to the overall? So take 100 rupees as the initial price of the shirt. So first increase, first decreased. Okay, so it becomes 80 rupees. So after 80 rupees, again there is a 25% of decrease. How to find 25% of something? 1 by 4th. 1 by 4th is a 25%. What is 1 by 4th of 80? 20 rupees decrease. So it finally becomes 60%. It finally becomes 60%. So initial value is 100 and the final value is 60. So it becomes finally 40% difference. So here substitute the values here. So 20 plus 25 minus 20 into 25 by 100. So this is 5 times 5, sorry 4 times 4, how many times? 5 times. So this is finally 40%. It's not 45%. So these are the two main values you are supposed to remember. Am I clear? There is no compulsion that you need to follow these formulas. So that's why for any question, anywhere you ask a question, you take the example price as 100 rupees and you start doing the things. Why you always take 100 rupees? In 100 rupees, the percentage and the number both are having the same equivalent prices, equivalent values. So in 100, 10% is 10 rupees. 25 rupees is 25%. 37.5 rupees is equal to 37.5%. That's why For many problems, many people will be considering 100 as an example value, because in 100 the percentage and the number both are same. In all the other numbers also same. How? So take 200 rupees. In 200 rupees, what is 10 percentage? It's not equal to 10. It is equal to 20. Do you understand the point here? So that is the main difference of this 100 and 200 or any other number. So that's why the people generally take 100 as a reference value for any unknown value in the question. Am I clear? Now coming to the types of questions. Types of questions and how these things will be calculated according to the question. Now simple example. A earns 25 percentage more than B. Then B earns how much percentage less than A is a question. Okay. Solution should be very simple. Okay, don't think too much. In the first statement, who is compared with whom? A compared with B. Okay, so B should be always taken as 100. Okay, it might be sent whatever 100 rupees or something. Then A becomes how much? What is 25 percentage more than this? 25 percentage is 25 only. Why? Because in 100 percentage and number carries the same value. So now A becomes 125. Clear? This is a first statement concept. Now in the second statement, who is comparing whom? B is getting compared with A. B is getting compared with A. This is an important point you are always try to remember. Now B is earning how much less than A? 25 rupees. Now this should be compared with whom? A's salary, not B's salary. It's A's salary. 125 into 100. This is what I told you initially, right? Value comparing by value comparing with into 100 always gives you the percentage. Now 25 is the lesser salary of B compared to A, and this is A's salary. So these two are the numerator and denominator values, and anything you want to convert into 100, that was okay. Now solve this again. 25 by 125 into 100, that is equal to, so 25 how many times? 5 times 5 how many times? 20 times. But I would like to say one more important thing. Whenever the people look at this question in the examination, many people will think that 25 percentage is answer, which is wrong. It's a wrong comparison. A earns 25 percentage more than B. Okay. Then B earns how much percentage less than A? That is an important question here. You need to see who is getting compared with whom. That is a main concept here. Now next important concept of percentages. That is one kind of questions. And the second kind of questions. So what are the questions here they will be asking? They'll talk about price of commodity, consumption, expenditure. So what are all these? Okay, assume my expenditure is 100 rupees only. Okay, so the price of the commodity increases, what I should do for the consumption? I have 100 rupees only, so consumption should be decreased. And the price of the commodity decreases, what happens to the consumption? What happens to the consumption? It increases. Where expenditure is same. So a few people might be in dilemma. So what you're talking about? Definitely, you will be having a doubt here. We'll see to this. Simple example. Uh, if the price of sugar increased by 25 percentage, comma, in order to maintain same expenditure, the percentage of consumption reduced is. This is a question. Okay, this is a simple question. See, this is our lifetime example. Okay, this is our real lifetime example, real life example. Why? Because, so assume like 4 years ago or 5 years ago, when you are taking sugar, the price of the sugar might be very less. So you might have got many number of kgs compared to the present situation. Am I clear? So previously, what was the price of the sugar? It might be 20 rupees. I'm talking about the real life. I'm talking about the real life. But now the sugar price has increased a lot and lot. Am I clear? So how this has to be solved? So there are three parameters here we need to take here. So expenditure, next price of the sugar, next consumption, that is number of kgs. Number of kgs is called consumption. Now expenditure, how much you want to think about it. Okay, I take 500 rupees and price of the sugar is 100 rupees per kg. So why you are taking so much big values? I'm making it easier for you. That's all. Nothing more than that. Now tell me, you have 500 rupees in your hand and the price of the sugar is 100 rupees per kg. So how many kgs you get? You'll definitely get 5 kgs. So that means expenditure by price. Understand the point here? Expenditure by price. Now, what happens to the expenditure? Expenditure is same, that 500 rupees only. And the price of the sugar has been increased by 25 percentage according to the question. 25 percentage. Now tell me, how much price the sugar becomes? 125 rupees per kg. Correct? Now, how many kgs you would like to get? 4 kgs only you will get, right? Because 500 by 125, that is equal to 4 kgs. Now come back to this question. Percentage of consumption reduced is percentage. So into 100 is compulsory. Reduced percentage, reduced consumption. So how much consumption is reduced? From 5 kgs initially I was using. Now I am using only 4 kgs. So 1 kg is reduced. Comparing with whom? 5 kgs. Initial value is 5 only, right? So that is 1. So how much is it? It's 20 percentage. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. Clear? I'll explain once again here. So when the expenditure is same, if you increase the price of any product, definitely you need to consume it in less quantity. Understand the point here? When the expenditure is same. And there are certain questions where expenditure is also either increased or decreased. So then you need to do it in a different way. So expenditure is same. Now what happens to the price? If the price is decreased, definitely the consumption will go up. Understand? So how this has to be managed? If there is any formula, that would be better. Okay, we'll see to that. Now in this situation, if price increased is R percentage, then percentage of consumption decreased is equal to R by 100 plus R into 100. This will work out. I'll tell you how and what. So in this situation, when the price of the commodity is decreased by R percentage, then the percentage of consumption increased. I'm sorry. I'll erase this part, small thing. Okay, so the consumption increases is equal to R by 100 minus R into 100. Now in the previous question, price of the sugar increased by 25 percentage, right? Then the percentage of consumption should be decreased is equal to, what is the formula? This is the formula. Now how much price is increased here? 25 percentage. So it becomes 25 by 100 plus 25 is 125 into 100. That is equal to 5, 20. So 20 percentage. So always you can have a standard formulas like this. Okay. So how to remember these conversions and comparisons? So there are some comparisons here, some values which are standard here. Okay, I'll tell you that one. So when there is 25 percentage increase in the price, then consumption, what happens to this? Is 20 percentage decrease. And if it is 20 percentage increased, then it is 16.66 percentage decreased. These are standard values. That's why I'm just trying to tell you what is what and all. Okay, I'll tell you in the next slide, or else I'll erase this point. I'll give you a clear picture. So price of the commodity increased and consumption decreased is equal to comparisons now. Okay, 33.33 percentage. I'm talking in the point of view of examination. Okay, if 33.33 percentage price is increased, then the consumption should be reduced by 25 percentage. If this is 25 percentage, this is 20 percentage. If this is 20 percentage, this is 16.66 percentage. Same thing in the reverse. If the price is decreased by and consumption should be increased by. So if it is decreased by 16.66 percentage, then the consumption should be increased by 20 percentage. This is 20 percentage, okay, decreased. Then you can increase the consumption by 25 percentage. If it is decreased by 25 percentage, you can increase it by 33.33 percentage. These are the basic things you are supposed to remember, and these are the fraction equivalence, that is percentage equivalence when the price increases. And in all these cases, expenditure is same. Okay, in all these cases, expenditure should be same. In some questions, they'll give expenditure is also increased by some percentage, then do it manually. You take the price of the sugar, you take the expenditure, and you take the number of kgs into consideration. This is increased by some percentage. This is also increased by some percentage. Now what happens to the number of kgs? You calculate manually and you can do it very easily. These are the types of, this is another type of question here. Right. Now, come back to the next kind of question, that is voting. That is votes concept. This is an important question here. This votes and all. This is an important question where you're supposed to remember this. What is that? So there are stages, different stages of voting. The first thing is voters list will be there. Some number of people here. Next, how many voted is a different count, and how many are valid votes is a different count, and how many are winning candidate gets. Winning votes, and this winning votes is also like winning valid votes. So this is a scenario it happens. So what is this? I don't understand anything. Fine, no issues. I'll explain that step by step. In a city, there are 10,000 voters. Okay. Now, there is an election happening. Election announced. 20% did not vote in the election. So how many people has voted? How many people has voted? 8,000 people were voted. Am I clear? Out of 10,000 voters in the city, 10,000 voters list is 10,000. Am I clear? Now how many are voted? 8,000. 8,000. Why? Because 20% did not vote. Now in these 8,000 votes, 25% of votes were found invalid. 25% of the votes were found invalid. What is the meaning of invalid? Because that means that you might have remembered in the olden days, the votes were to be stamped on a small piece of paper and put it in the ballot box, right? Some people might not exactly stamp on the symbol of the party. So those votes will be counted as invalid. Now tell me, out of 8,000, we need to find out 25% of the votes invalid or from the voters list. It's not from the voters list, it's from the voted. How many people voted? 8,000. In that, 25% of votes were invalid. What is 25% of 8,000? 1 by 4th. That is 2,000 votes were invalid. Now tell me finally, what is the number of valid votes? The number of valid votes are only 6,000. Now here the person is telling that A, one candidate, and B, another candidate. A gets 60% of valid votes. Then B should get how many? This is up to your common sense. B should get 40% of the valid votes. Understand? Now how much he is getting? 3,600 votes. And how much he is getting? 2,400 votes. Am I clear? So either you should take 100% of valid votes minus A's percentage. That is what the thing. Or else out of 6,000, if you subtract 3,600, you will get the B side. So how this that is flow of information passes here is, it's a simple concept. The first, voters or voters list in the city. From that, a few did not vote. So finally, we'll see how many voted. And in voted also, there will be some votes which are invalid. So valid votes. These valid votes will be split among the candidates. This is a concept of this voting. And this structure, please don't forget, and in every stage, this is considered as 100%. This number of votes is also considered as 100%. This number of votes is also considered as 100%. So 100% of valid votes is split among A and B. If A is getting 60% of valid votes, then B should get obviously 40% of valid votes. I'm talking about only valid votes. Valid votes is this circle. The circle is also compared to 100%. But don't ever try to compare the 60% with the voters list here. That is wrong. Correct. But in some questions they might give that comparison also. That you need to do it manually and decently, neatly. Correct. Each and every step you should understand it very, very carefully. Remember that. Each and every step you need to do it very, very carefully. Understand the point here? Okay. Now come back to the another example. So here this question is based on a salaries comparison. Okay, a person Ram is there. So Ram, two different ways of spending. Two different ways of spending. One is he spends directly from the salary in mind. In a different case, he will spend from the remaining amount which is left out after spending. First, 20% of salary on food, 25% of salary on travel, and 50% of salary on kids. Okay, now his savings at the month end is equal to some 6,000 rupees. Now salary is equal to how much? This is a one kind of question. The next one is 20% of salary on food he is spending. The same kind of question. Now 20% is 25%. Just a second. Okay. Now 25% of remaining on travel. Next, 50% of remaining on kids. Now he saves 6,000 rupees every month. Then what is the salary? These two questions looks very, very similar, but the answers are not same. This salary is different and from this salary. Now what is the main difference here? Now take the first example, that is 20% of salary on food, 25% of salary on travel, 50% of salary on kids. Okay, now first take the salary as a small circle. Okay, this is 100%. Okay, now this is broken into 20%, 25%, just a second. I would like to draw it neatly so that you will understand that. 20% on food. So make it simple. So this is center. Food. 25% travel, and 50% on kids. Now what is the remaining this part? What is this part? The circle should be 100%. The circle should be 100%. That is salary. So the circle should be 100%. So this becomes 5%. Why? Because 50 plus 25 plus 20. So 5% of salary is equal to 6,000 as given in the question. You can look at it. See this. Okay. Now 5% of salary is 6,000, but my salary is always 100%. So 100% is equal to how much? This is a question. Now cross multiplication. So 5 into salary is equal to 100 into 6,000. So 5 how many times? 20 times. So 60,000 into 2. 1,20,000 is the answer. This is the first question. This is a first question. The second important question again. What happens is it flows. So this is 100%, and in that 20% was spent on food. Now the circle will shrink. The circle will shrink. Now this is actually how much? 80% of salary, which should be considered as 100% of left. Whatever it is left, I assume this is my current salary. Left, that means current amount. Now in this again, how much you are spending? In this, how much you are spending again? 25% is spent. Do you understand the point here? On the current amount. On the current amount. So what happens to this circle again now? Assume this is x. So what happens to the circle? Circle will again shrink here. How much it becomes now? 75% of x. Understand the point here? Again, this should be considered as 100% of left. That is current amount. Now again, how much they are spending here? 50% they are spending. Assume this is y. So the left out will be only y percentage. Sorry, 50% of y is left. This is called savings. Okay. So a few people might be having a confusion such that this is really confusing. Okay, fine, no issues. Assume your salary is 100 rupees. Assume your salary is 100 rupees. Initially, how much you are spending? 20% spent on food. So 80 rupees is remaining. And again, how much is left? How much you are spending on the second time? 25% of remaining spent. That is equal to 20 rupees. How you got this 20 rupees? 25% of 80 is how much? 20 rupees only. So that's why. So 60 rupees is left. And in this 60 rupees, how much they are spending again? 50% of remaining spent. That is equal to 30 rupees. So final savings is equal to how much? Final savings is equal to how much? 30 rupees. So this is a simple comparison here. Okay. So when my salary is 100 rupees, my savings is 30 rupees. According to the question, what is the salary if the savings is 6,000 rupees? So how many times you need to multiply with? Into 200 times, right? Into 200. That's how much you will get. 20,000 is the salary. This is what you need to understand from the questions. Am I clear? So when you keep going on different kinds of problems you might face, you might have in the solutions. Now this is a kind of example I just want to try this. So two students appeared at an examination. One of them secured 9 marks more than the other, and his marks was 56% of the sum of their marks. The marks obtained by them are. So when you look at this, first thing you need to see whether the differences are 9 or not. When the difference is 9 or not. Why? Because one person is getting 9 marks more than the other one. So this is working, this is working, this is not working, and this is working. No, and this is not working. Correct? Are you able to understand the question here? Now, which one to be taken into consideration? Now, he has said one more thing. One of them secured 9 marks more than the 56% of the sum here. Correct? 56% of the sum. So, I assume A is getting 9 marks more than B. So, B plus 9. This is the first equation. And he has said one more thing. A is equal to 56% of A plus B. So 56% means 56 by 100 into A plus B. Clear? This is an important point. This is second equation. But in the second equation itself, we can solve the problems. Why? Because 4, how many times this one? 14 fours are 56. 14 into 25. And one more important thing, when you observe the options, there are no decimal values. That means A plus B should be divisible by 25 exactly. A plus B should be divisible by 25 exactly. So this logic, if you are able to understand, then the problem is easy. If A plus B should be divisible by 25, then the summation should be multiples of 25. Now 39 plus 30 how much? 39 plus 30 how much? 69, which is not divisible by 25. 42 plus 33 how much? 42 plus 33, 75. So this should be the answer. Why? Because all other are ruled out in the initial condition itself. Correct? In the initial condition itself, all other values are ruled out. So the answer is B. So here, instead of telling what is what, we can go with this. Now next, A's height is 40% less than that of B. So here B should be considered as 100 and A becomes how much? 60. Now think about this one again. Okay, this is a comparison of first statement, but in the second statement, how much percentage B height is more than A? How much B is more than A? 40. And comparing with whom? 60 into 100. So 0, 0. This is 2 times. This is 3 times. So 2/3. You remember, I think 2/3 means 66.66%. Understand the logic here? Next. If y exceeds x by 20 percentage, if y exceeds x by 20 percentage, so that means y is equal to 120 percentage of x. That means x is equal to 100, y is equal to 120. This is what? This is a comparison with x by y. Now the reverse is they are asking for 20 by 120 into 100, that is equal to 1 by 6 into 100. What is 1 by 6? You already know, 16.66 percentage. So this is the one. Are you able to understand the point here? This is not the answer, guys. This is 16.33 percentage only, but this is 16.66 percentage. Understand the point? So this is another important question. First, how much 60 percentage of 50 is greater than 40 percentage of 30? First, 60 percentage of 50. 60 percentage of 50. What is the fraction value of 60? So 3 by 5 into 50. That is equal to 30. And 40 percentage of 30. 40 percentage means 2 by 5 into 30. That is 5, 12, 5, 6, 0, 30, 12. And what is the difference here? 18. So this is one. Okay. So these are the questions. There are many questions where we can upload in the next video. And thank you for your time and have a great day.